Mom, you were telling me a few minutes ago about your customs on Good Friday when you were a child. Can you tell me about it again?
I can try. I remember that we cooked in the morning. We would cook beans, chili with torta de huevo.
What's torta de huevo?
It's egg. We make it like a little omelet, but they're little, and we put it in the chili. And that's torta de huevo.
Okay.
And then we would make calabacitas, which we called reditas, and that was dried zucchini, not zucchini. It was the little pumpkins that we dried in the summer, little squashes. And then we would make chicos and all kinds of different food. I can't
So what are
remember.
chicos?
It's corn that has been roasted or boiled and dried, and it's hard. And then you recook it and cook it with, we couldn't cook it with meat at that time, but we would just boil it, and sometimes we put it with the beans.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
that give it a flavor. And then we would make spinach, which we call quelites, and they were dried because we dried them in the summer, so then we would cook them, and that's what we ate. And then we make sopa, which is capirotada, and that's like a bread pudding with cheese, longhorn cheese, and bread and cinnamon and caramels. It's a very, very good dessert. It's called capirotada. And then after we finished fixing all that, my grandmother would put it in little containers, little bowls in a tray, and we'd take it to some of our neighbors. And then our neighbors would fill our containers that we took back with their food, and we'd bring it back to the house. And then the next day it was repeated, but the people that we took, they would return to us, and we would refill their things. But on Good Friday, after we did that and we'd eat, we would all get dressed and with our best clothes, and we would go to all the churches to visit them and to pray to the Blessed Sacrament. And we'd go starting with our parish, which would be Guadalupe at that time. We'd go to the cathedral, we'd go to St. Catherine's, we'd go to San Miguel, we'd go to San Isidro. We had a blast. It was funny. And we had a good time. Before we had a truck, we walked. And we walked early. We left about 12:30 or 1. And we all walked, and it was fun.
Did you walk all the way to St. Catherine's?
Yes,
That's a long way from your house, Mom.
I know, but we did. We even, at later years, we had a truck, and we used to go to Cristo Rey and the cathedral and all that. It was it's a different things. A lot of those things have faded. Everything has changed. But we went to visit the churches because the Blessed Sacrament was exposed, and that's why we did it.
And you went all the way, so you walked from your house on Agua Fria to St. Catherine's, to Guadalupe, to the cathedral, and then down to San Isidro, and then came home?
Yes.
That's
San
a long
Isidro, we
day.
didn't do it until later on when we had a transportation.
Oh, when you had the truck, but you
Yeah.
did the other ones.
Yes.
That's a lot of walking.
We didn't think it was
Yeah.
walking.
Well, and yeah, not then before you had the truck, but people nowadays don't walk that much, and that's a long
We were
walk.
used to it because we had to walk. Everywhere we went, we walked. It was fun.
All right.
It really was.
So you're carrying on some of these traditions.
I'm carrying
In our
it with
family.
my family, what I do on Good Friday, and I hope that somebody on my family would keep trying and doing it when I'm gone. I'm 84 years old, and I always make torta de huevo. I make macaronis with tomatoes. I make spinach, but I use the fresh spinach. And I make beans, and I make salmon patties, which we did then too. I forgot about that. And I make sopa, and the kids seem to enjoy it, and they love coming. Even when I'm planning on not doing it, the first thing somebody says, "Are we coming to your house on Good Friday, Grandma?" I says, "Yes, of course." And that's it.
All right, thank you, Mom.